Hi guys, welcome back to Solar Filter Construction Part 2.
Alright, so we're going to mark this because we're wanting to retain the center part of the circle, and we're going to fold it up and use it to connect to the tube that we're going to make. So we're going to use the craft knife to cut along all of these lines. If you can, I'll hold this up so you can see it. So we're going to cut along all of those lines, and then we're going to fold them back so that that becomes part of the structure that attaches to the tube. Alright, so as you can see, it's all been cut all the way around, so hopefully we can fold each of these individually up out of the way. And you end up with a little great big long-legged round table for the Knights of Camelot. Alright, so hopefully, if we've got this right, that is, hopefully you can see that is actually sitting around the outside of the lens. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a tube that goes around here, and all of these little things here will attach to it. Now, one of the things you're going to want to do, you don't really need these to be as long as they are, so you can trim them off. So the next step is to make the tube. Okay, so the length of the tube is going to be dependent on the length of your lens. So if you've got a very short length, then your tube's going to need to be shorter. Mine is very large. I've basically gone with 70 millimeters. So you want to place it around the lens. You want it to be relatively tight, and you're going to mark with a pen so that you know where the tight bit is. So if you recall, I said that I was going to use a small amount of felt. Now it's going to be very thin, probably only about a centimetre. And I'm going to stick that to the base here along the bottom of the tube. Right, so I've cut the small little strip here, and I've got our double-sided tape, and we're going to use this to attach it. We now have our felt stuck to the piece that we're going to make into a tube. Alright, So now we can do our final measurement. And you want the bottom to be where it's tight, and that's going to leave a nice little gap there, which you probably can't see, but there's a bit of a slight gap around the lens. You want to mark that again. That is where your overlap is. So when you come to do this part, it sits like that. So you've got a tube. Alright. Now, what you want to do is you want to trim this slightly, because right now, at this point here, it's a double thickness. So you want to trim that and get rid of that little piece there. So now you have a little tab. So when you come to do it, it now butts together like this. Hard to see. Now we're going to use our double-sided tape again. So we're going to mark where that little wedge got cut out. Make sure that we don't put any double-sided tape here. We're just going to do it here. Okay, so this is now the inner tube. Alright, so we don't want to glue that together just yet. We don't want to stick that together just yet, because there's going to also be an outer tube. So if you recall, we've done this piece here. This is the inner tube. So it sits inside there like that. And then all of these fold up. We have no more tape around the bottom there. All those fold onto that tape there. We then have an outer tube that goes on, and there'll be more tape going around, and the outer tube holds it all nice and snug together. So I'll do some prep for that, and then I can show you how it all goes together.
Hi guys, that concludes part 2 of the solar filter series. One more part to go. If you want to watch that, it's up here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button over here. Thanks. See you next time.